Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die, and this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, and we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
So I found out that my microphone wasn't working. So that's a bit that's that's a bit embarrassing, but I managed to fix my microphone. So if you already heard, I mean, you guys already heard that the background music that was in place. Um, we signed a bunch of more fighters. Um, booked some more shows. Uh, I ended up changing one of the. Let's go mid-level national. Uh, unem- Available for hire. And see if we can either steal any fighters or if we can sign any new fighters in general. It's taking a minute to load. Also, Aaron McKenzie had a huge win. Good for him. For those that didn't see, Drew Dober. Hmm. I thought I changed this up. I thought it was 10 years and 10 fights. He's got two offers from other companies. Justin. Perfect. OFC. He just signed a contract. He just signed a contract. If this guy signs with us, he'd be a low-level international. Let's see if there's any low-level national fighters we can sign. Sorry about that. I was grabbing a drink. Let's see. Is there anybody I can sign? Oh, that's plenty of fighters, it looks like. Let's see, can I sign this girl? She just signed with the company. Oh, there's this dude. Looks like he is a free agent. Are there any more free agents? There's this guy. Oh, Jesus. Most of these fighters are some pretty good international fighters I could sign. Already in negotiations. He just signed a contract. He just signed a contract. Kendall Grove. Kazuki Takudome. This agent. 51-year-old. How's bro still fighting at 51 years old? Like, how's that possible? Some of these fighters just don't retire until they're like 60, which is insane. Looks like I can try to sign most of these fighters, which is good to see. Alejandro Perez just signed a deal. Ahmed Aliyev. Did I do the mid-level national? I think I did already. I think I already picked up all the mid-level national and higher fighters. I'm pretty sure I already did. It's taking a minute to load. Yeah, I did. This is the guy that signed a contract too. Yeah. How's our roster looking? Our credibility is still at 80%, so that's good. How are we doing roster wise? We have more male open weight fighters, but a lot of them are also old, so they may end up a lot of our male fighters may end up retiring soon. Rivalry of the Ages has 6 fights. It says that the critical and commercial ratings would be mildly impacted, so I guess we'll find out tonight if that ends up being the case. End of the Good Times has the right, all 10, has 10 fights, and then we've got Rising Tide, which will have four fights. Just to see how that goes for the show with 4 fights. That's mid-level national, low-level national. Low-level national. Let's see, can I get any? I wanna see if I can get a better fight, like a better main event. Female open weight. Let's see. says it would be a strong main event. They both would do a quick camp though. And then I can move this to uh I can move this over to I think it's 48. Oh. It's rising rising 54 rising tide. There we go. $54. Storm in Hokkaido. I think we're all the way at. We're all the way at 40, 50 something right now, I think. $57 crackdown. So yeah, we're all the way into 2025 now. That's great to see. I'm gonna add a one night tournament for the female open weight fighters. Let's go Tracy, Stella, Celia, Brinley, Noor, uh, Kenya, Catalina, Amanda. Crack down, show down. Okay, cool. Another rising tide, it looks like. Lots of rising tide. And then, well, let's see, what main event would this be? High level national. See, can we get any better? This fight would be, it says it'd be a strong main event. Low level national. Best suited at a prelims. Main show fight. This would be low level international, which I think at this point in the save, that would be a better main event to do. So, men's spotlight, women's spotlight. High level regional. No challenges. High level international. Mid level international. Low level international. Forsaken Florida. Mid level international. Violent conduct. Let's see. Low level international. Savage intent. Germany. High level national. It's like nobody for this guy though. Maybe if we just maybe if we feed him to maybe if we feed him to somebody though. This would be a decent fight too. At high level national. The gauntlet. Illinois. Says it'd be a decent main event. Prime time. Nevada. Moscow. Demolition Moscow. Mid-level national, I guess. Mid spotlight again. We'll do a one night tournament for this one too. Men's showcase. Add this fight. Add this fight. Add this fight. How are we doing in sorry about that. How are we doing on prelims? Okay, this this show needs a prelim. We can add this to the prelims. Perfect. Any female open weight fights we can add? Nope. Cool beans. Let's get into the rankings. Oh, by the way, Cooper Royale is not going to be part of All-Star Pro for much longer. He is a mid-level regional, low-level regional. One has taken him. I'm completely fine with that. So once Cooper Royale is done with us, with our contract, he's done. And I'm completely fine with that. He has no value in All-Star Pro, really, anyway. So, now we get set for, Rivalry of the Ages. I need to make sure that I have this show, the Blitz at the Advanced National. At your current size and intent, you would need to use at least Medium National. Okay, that's good. Is this advanced? Or medium? Advanced. That's advanced regional. Locked and loaded. Advanced regional, that's gonna change. Red Mist. Advanced national, cool beans. Marked for death. Advanced regional. Do medium national for this one. Termination. Advanced national. Anger Unleashed. Medium national. Okay, cool. Kings of the Ring. Advanced national. Nowhere to Run. Medium national. Breakdown. Medium national. Okay. I'm gonna just have to keep going on with that. Storm into Hoku. Medium national. Havoc. Medium national. Wipeout. Advanced national. Raw Power Midlands. Advanced national. Ambush. Advanced national. Brave New World. Advanced national. Ultimate Force. Advanced national. Okay, that should be good. We might be able to hit international by the time the Ultimate Force comes around. Maybe. Who knows? We might hit low-level international by the end of the year, the in-game year, but we'll see if that actually ends up happening. But first of all, we need to take a look at Rivalry of the Ages. Also, our finances went down a lot. We signed a lot of fighters though, so Rivalry of the Ages, here we go. Let's get it on. First show in I believe this is either our first or second show in China. Being held in China, this is the 26th ASP show of 2024. We have 6 main fights, no preliminaries at all. Adriana Horton will take on Mudrya Novak in the main event. Take a look at that yourself. Finals of the Rival Clash. And take a look at this. Take a look at this. Semi-final. Semi-final. Alright. Main card opens up with Trinidad battling Fritzk. Winner moves on to the finals. Herb Dean's the ref. Judges for this bout are Matt Hume, Ricardo Almeida, and Sal D'Amato. Trinidad must be giving at least 110 pounds to his opponent. Holy moly. Fight begins. The fighters touch gloves. Come forward and engage. Fritz right roundhouse kick. Trinidad left jab also hits left hook. Two fighters engage. Trinidad's off target. Hits a right cross. Fritz doesn't connect but with a right jab but lands a right hook to the body. Fighters go toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither lands anything significant in the exchange. Both fighters move in and engage. Trinidad slips past. They engage in the center. Off target. Two-punch combination, quick left. Ooh, a strike appears to have opened up a small gash underneath the eye of Fritzk. Both fighters meet in the center. Off target. Superb head movement. We're now halfway point at the round. They come together and strike. Jab and a kick to the leg. Left jab, hit, left hook. Okay. Waist stops moving entirely. 1 minute of the round. They engage in the center. Go kick. Move in the center. Alright, that's the end of the round. Lots of punches taking place. Looks like Trinidad took that round. And, the man tries to stop the bleeding for Fritzk in between the round. Start of the second round. Come here and strike. Right jab. Straight hit. Ooh, the gash under the eye has been reopened by a strike. They go toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither lands anything significant. Stumbles his way into a clinch. He looks shattered. Fritzk looks to sweep a leg in order to execute a sharp trip. He can't get Trinidad to the ground. Go into the second half of the round. Trying to take out Trinidad again. Trinidad blocks. Grappling doesn't last long. Both meet in the center. Trinidad with a jab. Step in the strike. Fritzk looking shattered. Won't grapple. Oh wait. Fritzk has no answers. He gets lifted up. Planted down. Trinidad ends up in guard. My god. Well, perhaps that's it. Really, that was the end of the round. Pretty cool stuff there. Trinidad wins that round, it looks like. It's one round left. Fritzk realistically needs to stop Trinidad in order to win. Cool beans. We're on the final round. Trinidad gets it. Fritzk manages to pull half guard upon impact. Nice slam. Trinidad tries to ensnare Fritzk in an armbar. Trinidad is stopped. Fritzk stops Trinidad. Looking to catch his breath. Halfway point, the final round. Ends up in guard. He passes guard. Trinidad tries to get the hooks in and lock on a rear naked choke. The choke cannot be properly applied. Another rear naked choke attempt. Oh, he does get it. Trinidad defeats him with a rear naked choke submission. Wow. Great stuff there. Winner moves on. Okay. Round one begins. Flurry of punches. Glares at his opponent. Hits a jab in exchange. He's now in the pocket. They engage. Halfway point of the first round. Engage. Get to the final minute. Trapped in the corner. Jab misses. Spinning back kick. Toe to toe it strikes. Exchange of strikes. Time expires. Looks like Calderon won that one. Yeah. Round 2 begins. What? Ooh, big shot. Ooh, a knockdown. Is this a TKO? Calderon pounding away. Yeah. Calderon won by TKO. Wow. It was a fantastic fight, too. Holy moly. That should be an interesting final. Rummel fights Dowden. Jason Herzog's our ref. Ricardo Almeida, Sal D'Amato, and Nelson Hamilton's our judges. Rummel is 130 pounds heavier. My goodness. Touch of gloves. Takedown attempt. Does not work. Right cross. Some jabs. We go halfway. Oh, takedown attempt. Ooh, the takedown was successful. Great job by Dowden. Dowden going to lock, tries to lock on to an arm. An armbar is applied. Kelly Dowden won by submission. An armbar. The fight was rated decent. ABC taking on Aduna Leach. Mark Goddard's our ref. Nelson Hamilton, Marcos Rosales, and Matt Hume is our judges. Cooper is facing a size disadvantage with at least 30 pounds. Okay. They touch gloves. They move in and engage. They engage in the center. Halfway point, meet in the center. Some jabs, they meet in the center. Right hook, left jab, left hook, come together and strike. Head kick attempt, come forward and engage. Left kick, left jab, misses a right hook. Under a minute left, they come together and strike. Left hook to the body, come together and strike. Right hook, jab, cross. Battenance meet in the center. Left hook. Alright. Looks like we're giving that one up to Aduna Leach. Yeah. Round 2. Come together, engage. Left hook misses. Both fighters meet in the center. They come forward and engage. Right and it counterattacks. They come together and strike. Right hook leaves herself open. Left jab. Stalking pressure Cooper. Bob's out of the way with a jab. Ooh, connects with a nice jab. Oh, Cooper's out. Wow. Aduna Leach just knocked out Bobby Cooper. Amanda Bobby Cooper. ABC was knocked out with a kick in round 2. The fight was rated as decent. Now we got the co-main event. It's the final of the rival clash. Nelson Hamilton, Marcos Rosales, and Matt Hume. Both of these two are undefeated. That's about to change. Somebody will come in no longer undefeated. Both of these two are from Mexico City, Mexico, too. So, that's pretty cool. Both some young guys, too. Trade strikes. They step into strike. 2-punch, quick left. Ooh, takedown attempt. He gets the takedown. Trinidad pulls guard. Calderon tries to lock up a neck crank. Ooh, it's up tight. And Calderon has won the rival clash in submission neck crank of round 1. The fight was rated as great. Wow. Some very great stuff. And now it's time for our main event. Jason Herzog, the referee, Marcos Rosales, Matt Hume, and Ricardo Almeida with a 110-pound weight advantage for Novak. Both of these two young fighters, 1-0, 2-0. Takedown attempt, unsuccessful. Oh, dang. That was quick. Adriana Horton defeated Novak in knockout with a knee in round 1. That was quick. Not our quickest fight we've ever had, but that was quick. We got it mid-level national in the commercial rating. Oh, we were at 70% in critical rating. So we had a high critical rating still. We had $383,170 in the gate. We did only have this broadcasted to Yulu. I'm not sure if this will cause any popularity changes. Probably not, but we'll see. It decreases in popularity, but it's not by much, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, no. We lost money. That sucks. Well, you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have thrown in some better fights for that show, but yeah, I need to start being careful with what I do now because ASP needs to continue growing, and if that doesn't happen, then we're screwed, because the whole point is to take us to becoming the number one company in all of MMA. That's the whole point of this save. And if we can't keep going and moving forward and throwing in fighters that don't really do a great job, and we're decreasing in popularity and not making money, it's gonna get us nowhere. It's gonna get us nowhere. But this also makes me worried about the show with 4 fights. That worries me a bit. I think I have a high level national fight though for our main event now, so I'm not super worried about it. A rival bid to Aliev. Rival bid update. Amanda Bobby Cooper can now renegotiate. Bunch of rival bids. I'm not really too worried about it though. I'm gonna be real, I'm not worried about it. UFC announced a new show, Fight Night. Makachev versus Chandler. Uh, yeah, I'm not worried at all. See, Rising Tide. Matchmaking. Yeah, this is our, um, oh, this is a mid-level national fight. Mid-level national. Mid-level national. We're screwed. High-level regional. Talent. That's Ozawa. They're high-level regional, though. Uh, Prelims. Ambush. We'll add this to the prelim. Prelims. We'll add top talents mid-level national. Let's see, who can we add her to? So it wasn't Women's Spotlight 2, it was Women's Spotlight 1. Lucy Welch. Me low-level national. Just be low-level international. Mid-level national. Mid-level national. High-level regional. Mid-level national. So, mid-level national. Mid-level national. Low-level national. High-level regional. High-level regional. Low-level national. We're all the way up to scores to settle now. 59. Still nothing. Cool beans. I might have to, if I'm gonna start throwing out shows like that too, I'm probably just gonna keep it at CaveNet, BlueTube, and Ulu. So that way I don't have that continuation of it just being one place. And I can make as much money as possible as well. That's the hope. I didn't change the broadcast team, did I? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. We're still doing okay in finances, so I'm not too worried about it. Credibility went down a lot, though. That's okay. Stability's still good. But, yeah, we're getting set for, end of the good times. So our Fight Club and Fight Club 2 tournaments. Rising Tide, the 4-fight show, and then Locked and Loaded will be the last show we do before we head into ASP 30 Blitz, which will have our first prelim fight. Lindsay Van Zant's actually going to be in the prelims, and she's a ranked fighter. Kind of unfortunate for her, but Red Mist has a prelim fight. But yeah, let's get ready to go for end of the good times. We got three more shows, and let's just get into it. All right, and we're back, and Jillian Knowles with PFL now. She's a mid-level regional fighter anyway. Employment. So she's got one fight left. Her next fight's at, actually this upcoming event, I think. Oh no, it's the final event of the episode. Undefeated currently in All-Star Pro. All-Stars, the All-Stars, women reality show seems to be doing well. Looks like most of the people we tried to negotiate under I signed. Looks like we got everybody was clean at Rivalry of the Ages. Good to see it there. And we have End of the Good Times coming up next. With two one-night tournaments taking place. Fight Club and Fight Club 2. We can continue on with the matchmaking as well from here on out. For those who don't know, we have been catching up like crazy with the shows. We're all the way at Scores to Settle now in Washington. Let's see. High level national. What's this? High level international. This is Bill Summers and Colin Kite. And this would be low level international. So this high level national fight would definitely be on the main card. Let's see. What other fight can we book? Well, this would be a mid-level regional fight. We could make this a prelim fight elsewhere. Let's see, can we... I don't know how many prelims... Well, let's just add another fight and just go from there. Jessica Andrade and Kimber Sill. Let's see. This would be low-level national. Okay. Good enough. When's the next prelims? Prelims. Brave New World. Well, we'll add some prelim fights for here. So we got that prelim. Okay. Tiffany Van West. Prelim. Devastation. Could add a female openweight fight for this one too, potentially. This would be mid-level regional, so yeah, we'll put this in the prelims. Battered and Bruised. That's low-level national. The betting line's kind of sketchy though. A catch weight. Could we do a catch weight fight in the prelim? But they would not allow that. Okay. Never mind then. Let's take a look in the male open weight. Low level regional. Yeah, we'll put this in the prelims. Legends never die. Assistant challenges. Nothing to report. High level regional. We'll put this in the prelims. Aftershock in France. Low level national. We can't do any catchweight fights for this either. Oh yeah, this is Justin Scoggins, our low-level international fighter. He's already back? That's crazy. High-level regional prelims. Prelims. Pirates of the Caribbean. High level regional. Prelim. That'd be a pretty good prelim fight. We've already got prelims for that. Okay, new year, new me. Try to get as many prelim fights we can get. This is mid-level regional, so we will put that in the prelims. Oh, there would be a Jesse Roses would not have time for a full camp. Low-level national. High-level national. High-level international. I think that's going to be it for prelim fights. I don't need to have every show with a prelim fight either, though. Like, I'm just kind of spreading it out so that way we're all good to go. We're all the way down to 61 no limits now. Let's see. This is mid-level international. So anything below mid-level international. Mid-level national. Okay. Sure, we'll add this fight. Okay, that's no limits. Low-level national. I kind of want to do a catch weight for this one. That's high-level regional, mid-level national. That's high-level regional. Sure. Alright, there, we got a catch weight fight. So that will be no limits. That's day 0. This is low-level international, so anything below low-level international. Mid-level national. Oh, would be another catch weight bout. Jesse Roses. This would be high-level regional. Mid-level national. Low-level international. High-level national. Add this fight. Alright. Forsaken Florida. Oh wait, how are we doing on the main event for this one? Mid-level international. Okie dokie. Forsaken Florida. Mid-level national. Okay. Violent conduct. Low-level international. William Souza. Low-level national. Okay. This one in Germany is high-level national, so we'll actually change the main event here. Potentially. Yeah, we'll make this we'll do Justin Scoggins and William Souza. It would be low level international. So there we go. This one's high level national. Jesse Roses is low level regional. So he's from New Mexico too, I think is what it said. Yeah. I don't know if I'm doing any shows in New Mexico. New Hampshire, New Jersey. Doesn't look like I am. At least not anytime soon. Oh, there's one here. That's all the way until March 2026, though. I don't think he's gonna... Yeah, Jesse Rose... I wouldn't expect Jesse Roses to have to wait that long anyways. Dang, we're already set up for the men's spotlight 2 and men's spotlight 3 for the most part there. That's crazy. And we don't have much for women's spotlight 2 at the moment. Can we add a catchweight fight for the gauntlet between... Oh, Jesse Roses doesn't have an opponent. I guess we'll just have to wait. But we've booked a bunch of shows though. And yeah, now let's actually get set for End of the Good Times. And I'm honestly just gonna skip the tournament fights and then go from there. All the 4 semifinal fights, I'm just gonna skip them. Then we can go to the finals. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 6 fights right there. So we'll watch those 6 fights and just go from there. I think this is the first time we're holding a show in Wyoming. And this is ASP 27, End of the Good Times. The 27th ASP show 2024. We're due to have 10 main fights and no preliminaries at all. The main event is the final of the Fight Club. And the co-main event is the final of Fight Club 2. And Zarina Turi fights for the first time since ASP 10 Bloodshed with her submission win over Blakesley. Speaking of, Blakesley's on the card as well when she takes on Annabelle Taylor. So yeah, the finals. Oh, I think this is Cooper Royal's last fight. Yep. This is his first fight in All-Star Pro as well. But again, we're not really losing much with him being taken by a different promotion because he doesn't have much value. He would just end up being on the prelims anyway, unless he was taking on, for example, Justin Scoggins or Conor McGregor. But that would just be him being fed to them at that point, most likely. So hopefully he does well over there. And we'll see how he does here tonight. Mike Perry and Yoichibe Masaoka. Iwahara and Sotipiropoulos, Palmer and Turry, Tabor and Blakesley, Cleaver and Souza, DeCourcy and Sayre. So, there you go. Main card opens up with Jillian DeCourcy taking on Edith Sayre. Mark Goddard is the referee for this fight. And the judges are Matt Hume, Chris Lee, and Sal D'Amato. Sayre is at least 170 pounds heavier. Holy moly. And DeCourcy's 40 years old, so she might end up retiring. So, we'll see. I have a feeling... let's see. Round 1 begins. Oh, that's why Sayre is like 6'9" and DeCourcy's 5'2". Huge height difference there too. That makes more sense. And Sayre is a youngster too. Sayre doesn't trouble her opponent. Fighters engage. Steps forward looking to strike. Counter jab. Body kick. Comes forward looking to pressure DeCourcy. Leaving her wide open. Nothing really comes out of the strikes. They trade blows. Damaging shots. They come together. Strike. Engage in the center. Quick left hook. Almost done with the first round already. They engage. A left roundhouse kick to the body. Good right hand. So, it looks like Edith Sayre won that first round. In terms of the scorecard. Yeah. So you got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and hybrid fighting styles clash in this. Left jab, they meet in the center. Counter as across. They attack with strikes. DeCourcy lands a left hand in the exchange. Connects with a jab. Moves confidently. They can move in and engage. There's a left hook. Hits with the left jab and hits a wicked right head kick. Oh! DeCourcy wins by knockout. Oh, never mind. It was a knockdown, but she gets back up. Sayre attempts a Kimura, but the attempt does not succeed. Oh, a rear naked choke attempt, but it does not work. Oh, here comes another rear naked choke attempt. Oh. My God. There could have been a... Bro was legit saved by the bell there. With that rear naked choke attempt. If she were to lock that in, that would have been it, most likely. Either way, Edith Sayre probably won that round again. Yeah, I agree with that. But that was definitely a more exciting round. On to the final round. Oh. a knockdown. With, tries to get the mount. So we got some wrestling going on here. Clinch against the ropes. Quick elbow strike. A lengthy period stalemate. They slow down a touch. Some jabs. Trying to get some strikes in. Get some more jabs. Under a minute left in the final round. Oh. Sayre getting the initiative. And that's the end of the fight. Looks like Edith Sayre. I have a feeling Edith Sayre won by unanimous decision. Let's see. Yep. She won by unanimous decision. The fight was good. Next, Carly Cleaver versus Livia Renata Souza. Mark Goddard will be the referee. Our judges at ringside are Matt Hume, Chris Lee, and Sal D'Amato. And we got Souza giving up at least 70 pounds, and we are underway in the first round. The fighters come together in a clinch and they start wrestling. Good position. Carly is a freestyle wrestler, and Renata Souza, jiu-jitsu, judo. So, this will be a very interesting contest. Souza's smothered up against the ropes. Okay. Lots of grappling going on here, which is to be expected. Go past the halfway point. Souza's up against the ropes. And she tries to pull Souza up against the ropes. Cleaver tries to push Souza, and she ends up back against the ropes. And she keeps her up against the ropes. Doing some great work here. Using her dirty boxing skills. A nice short uppercut. Lots of uppercuts going on here. So this lengthy stalemate begins with a clinch. Cleaver's the aggressor in the clinch. And that's the end of the round. Pretty cool. And there's the bell for round 2. Come over to clinch. Cleaver seemed to get the advantage. Souza tried to wiggle free. Nice short punch. Cleaver is looking to muscle Souza back against the ropes. Souza ends up back against the ropes. Cleaver stops down on her with the foot. It isn't pretty. Cleaver has Souza back up against the ropes. Already into the second half of the round. Round 2 is over. 10-9 in favor of Cleaver. The final round begins. Alrighty. Short punches to the body and side of the head. Cleaver smothers Souza against the ropes. Clean left uppercut, and let's see. Cleaver has. Here we go. Let's take a look. Looks like Cleaver won by unanimous decision. Yep. But the fight was rated as average. Okay. Simulating forward. Cooper Royale and Alejo Urbina. Mark Smith's the ref. Our judges Matt Hume, Chris Lee, and Sal D'Amato. Urbina is like 20 pounds heavier. Some hooks. Come forward, engage. Some right hands and a left hook. They stand and trade in the center of the ring. Kurt nod to the head. Two fighters engage. Right cross. Quick exchange of strikes. Two fighters engage. Misses a jab and hits a right cross. No. Takedown attempt was successful. But that pretty much ends the round. Cooper Royale has seemingly won that round. Round 2 begins. They engage. Left jab misses with right hand. Strikes. Counters left hand. Okay. They come forward and engage. Step in, a strike. Meet in the center of the ring. Scores right with a cross. Come together and strike. Urbina scores with a right hook. A great right hook, it looks like, from what it says. Step in straight. Left jab meets a nice right hook. Those 3 quick punches. Nothing significant. Exchange of strikes. Throws a counter left. Lands a left jab. End of the round is coming. come together and strike. They meet in the center of the ring. And that's the end of the second round. Looks like Cooper Royale won that one as well. Urbina might need to find a way to come back with a knockout finish or submission finish. And hold on. A big strike. And Urbina is knocked down. Royal trying to finish him off. And Royal won by TKO. So his first and final fight won in TKO. The fight was great. Cooper remains undefeated. Best of luck in your endeavors elsewhere. And Abdul taking on Timothy Kawamba. Jason Herzog's our ref. Nathan Hamilton, Marcus Rosales, and Matt Hume, the judges. Round 1 begins. Okay. They meet in the center. That was a kind of quick first round. Uh, a takedown attempt. Stops the takedown. Uh, they step in to strike. Right hook is ducked. They meet in the center. Oh, that's the end of the second round. Uh, and it looks like that Abdul won by TKO. And yeah, we're getting some interesting fights going on. Great win for Abdul. He'd like to face Jared Gordon. And now we've got the co-main event. We're running out of time, so I'm just gonna skip this. It was a decent fight anyway, nothing too crazy. I'm honestly gonna skip the main event too. It doesn't look that. Iwahara remains undefeated. Sorry, we're just running out of time. Dang, the commercial rating went to high level international. Probably because of Mike Perry, but either way. Great show. This also means we'll increase in popularity. And we do by a huge margin. I'm a little scared to give out the awards. Okay, we do gain a bunch of money. Almost 2 million. Great to see there. I would have continued on with the show, putting on some more of the fights, the way we were doing, but we're running out of time. And we've still got 2 shows to do. So, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I need to throw a cap onto how many shows I do on an episode. That, or just not show as many fights the way I have been if I do this many shows in an episode. I don't know. So anyway, I'll be back with our next show. Our first show with only 4 fights. I'll show all 4 of those fights. Why not? And then for the last show, I probably won't. I'll probably go back to what I did originally, where there was like, where I was just simulating through. That's probably what I'll do. But yeah, I shall be back. Guys, we've done it. We are now at high level national. This is huge news. Gomez had a back injury, but she'll still be able to compete at Women's Spotlight 1, it looks like, so I'm not too worried about it. We're going to take a look at the rankings now. Cooper Royale was in the rankings, but now that he's gone, that leaves it to somebody else to be on the rankings. Yeah, rankings changed like crazy. Jared Gordon does not have a fight, it looks like. And somebody actually challenged him to a fight. So, pretty good stuff there. We've got our number 1 ranked female openweight fighter. But I think she's like in her 40s or something. She's pretty old, I'm pretty sure. 36, so she might end up... She's a former UFC fighter, and she may end up retiring soon. So yeah, the rankings are in. And we're getting set for ASP 28 Rising Tide. And then we have Locked and Loaded. And then the next episode is Blitz, where we start our first ever preliminaries. And then there's Red Mist, Marked for Death, and Termination. So only 4 shows for the next episode. It looks like there's 5 shows for November. Anger Unleashed, Kings of the Ring, Nowhere to Run, Breakdown, and The Storm in Tohoku. So yeah, that's 5. And then December, it's a whole other ball game. We'll probably end up having to do a couple of parts for that in December. And then January, the 4 shows. February, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows. 4 shows in March. 5 shows in April. Oh wait, 6 shows in April. Sorry. 4 shows in May. 4 shows in June. So there's some months where there's more than 4 shows. I tried to make it so there was at least 1 show a week. As you can see though, there's some months where there's like a crap ton of shows. December is going to be crazy. So like I said, we'll probably end up doing multiple parts for that. And let's get set for Rising Tide, shall we? Hey, and we're back. And I'm gonna take a look and see if there's any fighters we can sign. UFC seems to have a habit of cutting fighters that aren't doing great, which if we end up getting some like if we end up getting like the low-level international, mid-level international fighters like we got with Conor McGregor, we might be in the running for something special. If UFC doesn't want them, we'll take them gladly. So I mean that's UFC's first mistake they are making. And yeah, we've got a high-level national fighter who looks like he just got cut not that long ago. So I'll gladly take Chris Weidman. Houston just signed a contract. I remember that. I think this guy just signed a contract too, yeah. The All-Stars women recap. The qualifying fight. Oh, there was a fight canceled. ASP 37 breakdown. Okay. Looks like a Ryzen approach Zapatella. That's completely fine. Prince McLean has recovered. So we're going to have to change up the fight between Jordan Zuma. Mudua Niebar is going to end up fighting somebody else at ASP 37 breakdown. So we'll go to the matchmaking and we'll actually change that now. ASP 37 breakdown. Was this a prelim? No, it was not a prelim. Okay. Oh, it was part of the women's breakdown tournament. Okay, that's completely fine. Sure. We'll save this fight. Now that we're at high level national. I just gotta see where. Okay, that one's high level national. Low level national. This might be the show. ASP30 Blitz may be the show that doesn't do so great, but we shall see. Oh, here's a mid-level international. Okay. We'll put that in as the main event. Red Mist. High level national. I just want to see if there's anything higher than high level national. Mid level national. I don't think so. Not on this one. Mid level regional. Ugh. Mid level national. Low level national. Yeah, Red Mist may end up not doing so hot for us. Marked for Death. High level national. Some people made their recovery as well, so we can probably end up starting up some continue building up some cards. Kind of want to do a catch weight female open weight fight too for this one. Let's see. This would be a mid-level national fight. I'm just gonna wait until it allows me to add the fight. I don't think it's gonna allow me to. What about this one? Sure. This would be a mid-level national fight. Forsaken Florida. High-level national. Oh, these two fought before. We could do this fight. And then do this. This would be the hometown fight. Let's see if there's anybody. Is there any other hometown fighters for this one? Nope, she's the only one. Okay, cool. I kind of want to see if it's somebody who hasn't made their debut yet. Contract status. Last fight. Let's see. Is there anybody that pops up? Nope. Last 6 months. Nobody. Last 3 months? Last 2 months. Still nobody. Wow. Last month. Okay, never mind. Last fought more than 6 months ago. More than 3 months ago. All right, yeah, we'll do this fight. then for violent conduct, Alondria Brown and Esme Rem. Okay. Any hometown fighters for this event? Does not look like it. Okie dokie. This would be high level regional. Mm. Let's see. Mid-level national. Low-level national. We could throw this fight in. And then for women's spotlight 1. Low-level national. Savage Intent in Germany. These are the preliminary fighters, so we're gonna build up some prelim fights too. New Year, New Me will have a female open weight fight too. We'll do Lauren Wolf and Kendra Franks. That'll be the prelim fight for that. Cool beans. We'll put her in a to be announced in the main show. Okay. How are we doing on the show? The rest of the shows. We're all the way up to Women's Spotlight 1 now. That's great to see. Savage Intent in Germany. That's Women's Spotlight 2. For Men's Spotlight 3, we've already got Men's Spotlight 3 set up. I'm gonna look at Men's Spotlight 4 now. We'll do another tournament for that. Stanley Askew, Ain't Jesse Roses, Alexander Ebner, Angus Hewitt, Neil Magny. Showcase. Add. Oh, Neil's been added twice. Thomas. Cool beans. Men's Spotlight 5. We'll do another tournament. Benson Benner. Drew Dober. I think Jared Gordon has some challenges going on. Assistant. Nothing to report here. I probably won't do a tournament for this one. I might do a one-night tournament for Women's Spotlight 5. And now there's only 2 fighters that we could add, though. So we could do this. We could do that. Showcase. W. There we go. We could do that. So we're doing that for Women's Spotlight 5. I should probably have put that in for Women's Spotlight 3 or Women's Spotlight 2. Probably should have done that for Women's Spotlight 2, but that's okay. We'll be fine. I also want to start up a TV show where we only do catch weight fights. So I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to add a show. We'll do it. We'll do it in October. No, not October. January. I want to start up a new TV show. Naming. Nope. TV shows. ASP catch weight. And we're going to go we're going to go numerically with subtitle once again. Okay, so we'll close that. ASP catch weight. ASP catch weight 1 extreme warfare, I guess is what we'll do with that. What we'll do with that, and then we'll do January 2025. We'll go Saturday week 2. Advanced National. We'll have this be only on pay-per-view. CabeNet. See, we'll have plenty of available fighters as well on the female open weight and male open weight side of things, so we'll be able we'll be just fine. And yeah, so that'll be ASP catch weight. We won't. I'm not gonna do the first show in Iowa. Let's go outside of Iowa. Let's do let's go with Southern Australia. Can we add any catch weight fights for that? We can on the male open weight side of things. I think I'm just gonna do. We'll do 8 fights for this card. I might add 10 fights onto the card just in case one gets canceled like last minute from an injury or something. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. On the catch weight male side of things. Only problem is finding people to. Well, let's take a look at the challenges. Lots of people here. Carlos. Is Aaron McKenzie going to be coming back? Absences. He's recuperating. He'll be back in November, so maybe he might be available. He would be available. Perfect. We could have him main event up against Carlos. That being if I actually remembered to do that. Or we could maybe do something a little different. I just gotta remember that Carlos has challenges from other fighters. I just gotta remember that all these challenges exist. That's the problem. Oh dang, we've got a heated one here between Guajardo and Diego Ferreira. Where's Guardo? Is he gonna be available? It's like some say Juan Guardo. Segundino Guajardo would not have finished recuperating. Uh, when does he finish recuperating? When is that? Oh, he's a medic. Oh, yeah, he returns in February. Looks like there are a decent amount of fighters coming back from recuperation or whatever soon. So I could just wait to book Catchweight 1 Extreme Warfare. I think I'm gonna... Let's see. Two, three, four. I'm gonna add another show. Let's see. We'll do Saturday, week 4, July 2025. Catch weight. Glory days. We'll go in Iowa for this one. Advanced National. And it gets kind of crazy in December again. November also gets pretty crazy. I'll add another show in October. Let's go Sunday, week 4, October 2025. Oh, wait, whoops. No, nope. Catch weight 3 Warriors. Okie dokie. And we will go to New Mexico. I think that's good for now. I don't really plan on doing too many catch weight shows. So, I already looked through the emails here. But now let's get into the show. Let's actually get into the show, shall we? UFC 301's taking place. And after we get through the UFC 301 show, we'll do the ASP show. Alright, here we go. ASP 28 Rising Tide. No no prelims. And let's get right into it. We're doing ASP 28 Rising Tide being held in Manitoba. It's the 28th ASP show of 2024. We'll have 4 main fights and no preliminaries at all. Headlining is Carolyn Veal fighting Delilah Msomi. And Ain Holton fights for the first time since her submission win over Alani Spell. Scary Delaney Winfield lost her undefeated status to Marin Palmer at Bloodshed. And Fausto Aviles makes his debut. Cody Kroger lost his undefeated status to Ryan Burgos at Bloodshed. First time fighting. Veal makes her debut. Misomi is a big favorite to win. Michael Johnson and Mickey Gall, first time fighting. Gall has a weight advantage, and Johnson's making his debut and is a big favorite to win. Cody Kroger and Fausto Aviles, first time fighting. Aviles makes his debut, and Kroger is a big favorite to win. Delaney Winfield and Ain Holton, first time fighting. Winfield has a weight advantage and a 9-inch reach advantage. So let's get straight into it. Mark Smith will be the referee. Ricardo Almeida, Glenn Trowbridge, and Richard Bertrand as our judges. Winfield's a larger fighter. Here's the opening bell. They come together and strike. Move in and engage. Two fighters engage. Ooh, there's a takedown attempt. And the takedown is successful. With a single leg that leaves Winfield pulling guard. Both of these two are mixed martial arts, so this should be an interesting fight. Let's see. Ain Holton most likely won that round. Not much happened, it looks like, but Ain Holton did win the round. Two fighters engage. Some jabs taking place. Come forward with an engage. Takedown attempt. The takedown was completed. Winfield's on her back and pulls guard. That's the end of round 2. Ain Holton looks like Ain Holton won that fight. I mean, that round 2. Nope, Winfield did. Oh, Holton's knocked down. Submission attempt with an arm triangle. She defends herself well. Transitions to a guard. Oh, Winfield tries to lock Holton with a Kimura, but does not succeed. Oh, Holton's trying to get into an armbar. I mean, Holton's about to be in an armbar, but it doesn't work. Big strike. Holton backs off quickly. Holton regains her senses to dodge a jab. That was a very impressive round. Looks like Winfield won that round. And Delaney Winfield wins by unanimous decision. And the fight was average. That third round was really what brought it to be semi-exciting, though it looks like. Cody Kroger versus Fausto Aviles. Jason Herzog's the referee. Almeida, Trowbridge, and Bertrand as our judges. And my God, 250 pounds. From Kroger to Aviles. And Kroger, it's got some jabs going on. Aviles can't connect with some jabs. Is her takedown attempt, and the takedown was successful. Kroger gets side control. Kroger attempts to arm triangle Aviles from side control, and still trying to fight out of it. He breaks free. That was really close. There's an armbar attempt. The armbar is locked, and that means Aviles has to tap out. Kroger won by submission, and the fight was good. Something doesn't feel right with the rules. I feel like I changed things up on accident somehow. Co-main event's up next. Michael Johnson battles Mickey Gall in the male weight division. Kevin Mulhall is our ref. Gall is a much larger fighter. Let's see how that goes. Both fighters meet in the center. Glances at the clock. We have a minute of the round remaining. Some strikes taking place. That was the end of the round. Kind of a boring round, low key. I mean, it says it was a quality round, but in my opinion, it was kind of boring. Fans are getting into it, though, so that's cool. It's the bell for the start of the second round. Flurry of punches. Mickey Gall's boxing in BJJ, and Johnson's wrestling. A big strike. Gall looks dazed and unsteady. Johnson moves in for the kill. Gall's rocked again. Some punches, some exchanges of strikes. Not really a whole lot going on there. Michael Johnson looks like he got the win. It's not looking good for Mickey Gall. Looks like Michael Johnson may end up winning this fight. Both fighters meet in the center. Oh. Gall is covering up as best as he can, but is vulnerable. Oh, Gall can do nothing but cover up. And the Gall eats a left hook, is barely able to stand. The ropes is the only reason he's still upright. Oh. And Kevin Mulhall stops the fight. The commentators believe the official should have stopped the bout faster. Michael Johnson takes the win by TKO. And the fight was rated as great. Lots of jabs taking place here for Michael Johnson. He's a wrestler, so that's a little surprising, but nonetheless, great work there. And now it's time for the main event. Carolyn Veal takes on Delilah Masomi. Jason Herzog will be the referee. Both of these two, 2-0, 22 years old. Round one begins. Oh, Masomi suffered a gash under her eye already. They meet in the center. Exchange of strikes. Stalks forward. The clock is stopped. The doctor checks the cut. And they're back underway. Misses a jab. She's trying to out-grapple her way into the fight. Looks like Veal won that one. We're back underway. Took the initiative. They meet in the center. They come together and strike. Some nice jabs taking place. Getting some grappling started. To the final minute of the round. Veal steps in to unleash. Masomi is a shoot wrestler, so... And Veal's MMA. Engage in the center. two fighters engage into the final 60 seconds of the round. Oh, there's a takedown attempt from Masomi. She steps away to safety. Veal steps away to safety, though. And the time limit expires at round 3. The judges' decisions are now being announced. And Veal wins by unanimous decision. We got a 63, which brings us at mid-level national, and a 58 in critical rating. So not the greatest, but that's okay. They did mention that it was gonna the having the amount of fights that we do would screw up with the critical rating and the commercial rating. And popularity does decrease everywhere except for Asia. There's no changes there. It looks like there was an increase somewhere, actually, too. Not the best show we've done. I'm not gonna give out any awards just because I'm nervous. We do gain a bunch of money still though. So the awards would have been fine, but so we do still gain money. A little bit of a bummer show, but that's okay. So I don't think the move is to have 4 fights a show. The move is to do 6 fights a show. We did do a show with 6 fights and we ended up being okay. We still increased popularity and we were still good. So I think the move is that we do 6 fights a show instead of 4. Or if we're gonna do 4 fights, that the main card is going to have to be like low-level international or mid-level international fights. It's going to have to be fights that on the main card that people are going to want to watch. I think that's what will end up having to happen too. So, yeah, definitely something to think about there. And you live and you learn. You get through trial and error. It's the way to go. And not all the shows are going to be great. I'm going to continue, especially now that we're at high level national. I am going to have some shows that aren't going to do the best. But as long as we keep on moving forward and we keep on learning and putting on fights that people are going to want to see, you know what I mean? Then we're good to go. That's the whole idea. And I honestly do think we'll be okay. As long as we stay a little bit more conservative. And yeah, 4 fights a show, not the way to go. But I learned my lesson. Either don't do any more 4 fights a show, add some more fights to the shows, or you make the fights more of a draw, is the way I'm seeing it. But yeah, good to know that especially at least this time around, 4 fights a show, not the way to go. Definitely screws with the critical rating too, though. So, and the critical rating also depicts whether or not you gain popularity. I know the commercial rating's a big part of how you gain popularity, though. But you can have an impressive draw, but have a terrible show,
And what I've noticed is that you can you either don't increase popularity as much as you would otherwise, or there was one time where I actually lost popularity. But usually when you have a show with high critical rating and a low commercial rating, you still lose popularity because your fights weren't much of a draw. So, yeah, when it comes to increasing popularity, you want to make sure the commercial rating is as high as possible. So when you're gaining popularity, uh, it really isn't a deciding fact. It's not much of a deciding factor on uh, whether or not you gain money. That's more based off of the broadcasting, from what I've noticed. A bunch of people completed their suspension. I'm surprised Eric Wisely hasn't retired yet. Dude's like in his 40s. But, one signed some people. They signed a bunch of people, actually. Octagon's looking at a couple of people. Deep announced a new show. And we go to Locked and Loaded, which should be a good show. UFC had their show too. I don't know if UFC ended up cutting anybody. I might have to start looking at potentially seeing if I can steal any like low level international fighters. Because right now we're not looking very good in terms of being able to increase popularity. So we got Chris Weidman. He's high level national. We're gonna have to bump it up to high level national. Josh Emmett has been cut from UFC, I assume. I'm taking a minute for it to load. Also, Chris Weidman's in bad shape, it looks like. He's also 40 years old, so he may not actually end up doing much. He's the only fighter that's available at high level regional or higher. No, high level national, sorry. Or higher. I had it at available for higher too. So, yeah, he's the only one available right now. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on that though and see if I can at some point sign fighters more popular and then eventually just continue on moving forward and building great shows and increasing popularity. So that way I can continue my goal of one day being the top dog in the MMA world. But let's get into Locked and Loaded. And I'm just gonna simulate through everything. let's see. We'll have 10 main fights and no preliminaries at all. This is our main event. Our co-main event. First show we're doing in Colombia as well. Got some ranked fighters. And Jillian Knoll squares off with Legarreta. Knoll defeats Legarreta in unanimous decision. The fight was good. Okie dokie. Randall Serber fighting Olivier Kleinman. Serber wins in knockout kick of round 2. The fight was decent. So Serber is no longer undefeated. Corey McClendon and Ayn Pereira. McClendon remains undefeated in TKO strikes. And Jair Rosenstreich versus Isaac Thompson. Struick defeats Thompson in TKO strikes. The fight was good. Cohen Moore versus Claren Easley. Big Daddy. Oh my god. Moore remains undefeated by knockout punch. Keeping it simple. Duda Santana versus Sylvanary M. Santana wins in TKO strikes. The fight was good. Okay. Theodore Whitlow versus Ricky Bandejas. Ricky Bandejas defeats Whitlow in unanimous decision. The fight was decent. Okie dokie. Madeline Macy versus Inaya Brower. Brower wins in submission Kimura. The fight was good. Keeping it simple. Thanks to all our sponsors and our fans. Co-main event, Colton Loud versus Chilo Carizales. Carizales defeats Loud in TKO strikes. So Carizales remains undefeated. The fight was good. Okie dokie. And then Amaranta Donka competes against Elodia Gonzaga. That's our main event tonight. And Gonzaga defeats Donka in knockout kick. The fight was rated as great. Wow. Gonzaga remains undefeated at 4-0. And we're at 67, so that means we're just 3% points below high-level national. Great stuff there. Our critical rating's at 75. And that may be enough to increase in popularity, potentially. No, popularity does decrease. It does increase in some places of the world, but in the United States, we do decrease popularity by a lot. It's not good at all. We do increase popularity in some points of the world, so it does make up for it in some sort of way, I guess. But yeah, I'm nervous. I don't want to end up losing. I mean, falling to mid-level national when we just got to high-level national. You know what I mean? That would be not great. Cause, I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm trying my best here. Continuing on processing contracts. And yeah, I just want to. But when everything starts is done processing, I just want to look through the mail and see if anything worth checking out happens. And then I'll probably end up leaving the episode to this. It's been a very long episode. We do fall in size. That's unfortunate. Katarina Legaretta's gone. Jillian Knowles gone. Colton Loud at the contract renewal. Kleinman. Is that high level regional? Colton Loud. Was that low level regional? So I don't really care that much. Bunch of people complete their suspension. We do fall to mid level national. That's very unfortunate. UFC is trying to grab some people. PFL going crazy. ACA's trying to find some people. There's a bunch of people on the market right now. How is Chris Weidman doing? Does he want to sign for All-Star Pro? He has no rival bids, so it looks like he'll be signing with All-Star Pro. But yeah, great stuff taking place, and we'll start things off next episode with ASP Blitz 30 Blitz with our first ever preliminary fight. There'll be 2 preliminary fights. A female openweight fight and a male openweight fight, actually. And then Red Mist, Marked for Death, and Termination. Those are our shows we'll be doing next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.